Let's get started on the Brand Experience Podcast. And today I want to talk about building a luxury brand that allows you to charge high ticket. Why do I want to do that? Because I decided that more than ever, the brand experience is going to be actionable steps, right? How can you get there? It's still going to be 5 steps branding, my newsletter. If you're not there, go to experience.kellybrito.com so you can join and access freebies. But I want it to be very action oriented, and I don't want to be another fluff tips giving expert telling you, hey, that's not how you build a luxury brand, but not actually telling you how to build a luxury brand. What is a good high ticket experience through the branding lenses, right? So let's get to those steps. Deep brand identity exploration. So if you have been with me for a while, you know that brand identity is not the visuals, but the actual identity of a brand, how a brand is remembered. And to do that little discovery process, you have to start with the foundations, the core of the brand, also known as brand DNA. And you want to know your core values. We want to know your brand mission, the vision, what is your promise. If you don't know any of those things, go to kellybrito.com/blog. I'm going to have blog posts about those things in there. Just do a little bit of research, or experience.kellybrito.com to access the library. And I'm loading the shop with my previous ebooks and everything so you can access this kind of information as well. I have workbooks, so everything that I can do to help you discover and uncover what makes your brand unique. And why do you want to do that? Because once you know the values and you do a little bit of market research, also have a free template for that. Your brand values want to match your target audience values and aspirations. And we want to do this because we create an emotional connection. And yes, branding is a strategy, branding is visuals, branding is above all emotional connections. Every little step that your strategist, your marketing strategist, your brand strategist is taking with a cold head and kind of a cold heart is to make things warm and build bridges between you, the person behind the brand, and your audience. Branding is emotional connection. So in-depth brand identity exploration, what makes you different from everybody else out there. Then step number 2, you want to have exceptional visual branding. I repeat, exceptional visual branding. I'm always telling you, splashes of gold, curly fonts, blah, blah, blah. It's usually more tacky than done correctly. If you want to charge high ticket, if you want to be a luxury brand, it's about sophistication. And it's about having all that number 1 step that I gave you of the identity and the foundations homework done in place. And you will have to put some money in it. Work with a proper professional. No, I'm sorry, you cannot go to Canva. You cannot go to Canva and build your brand identity there. You know, I am a huge Canva ambassador, and I am also huge on do it yourself. But we're not talking the regular brand. We are not talking your first year of business. We are talking luxury brand, high ticket. Okay, people want to see where their money is going, and the visuals are going to be one of the things that makes them feel at home, that makes them see the sophistication. We want to see it as well. Of course, there will be a point, I'm going to describe it, where the experience is imperative, extremely important, but we also want that visual in place. I'm going to give you a great example. For my birthday is on the 23rd, September 23rd. So on September 22nd, I started my celebrations. I went to this amazing restaurant in Sleepy Hollow, New York. And I loved it because I had not been in a nice, sophisticated place in a while, to be honest. And how can I say this? It's the place, it was the people, everybody was extremely well dressed. There was nobody there in jeans, and the place called for it, the rustic ambience, but it was made with such care for details. The architect used great quality wood, and there were different tones of wood and black and gold. The flowers on the tables, they were fresh. I touched them. I poked through them to make sure it was real flowers. Do you understand how much they spent on all those tables? There was a big restaurant. All those tables, fresh flowers. Not 1 or 2 flowers, a nice little bouquet of flowers, good flowers like lily and such, hundreds just in flowers. The candle was not one of those like flickering make-believe lights. It was real in these lovely gold detail cups. So everything in there, and like, you know, it was screaming luxury. I loved it. I adored it. The food was not that great. Price was expensive, and that's the experience. But visually speaking, oh, I could see where the money I paid for is going. But then again, it's a combo. We need to know where we're coming from, our mission, our vision, everything, and how that aligns with the audience. Then we want to pull into the visuals, which is the part number 2. Then number 3 is craft unique services offering. Why do we want to be unique? We want to have a unique selling proposition. Not always necessarily the service or product is what makes your USP. But in this case, we definitely want it to be, because we want to offer that special attention. We want to provide solutions to your target audience, which you already know from step 1 and from doing a little bit of a market analysis, right? I know we want to do what we want to do. I know we want to offer the services we want to offer the way we want to offer. But truth of the matter is, in a business, we need to adapt this to what the client needs. Not just what the client wants. Sometimes they want pretty visuals. But what they need is a pretty strategic visual that's going to communicate their uniqueness or their service, connect with the audience. I need to know what they need, because then I need to provide my clients what they want and what they need. Right? That's a trick of a successful business. So you want to understand your clients, your target audience, prospect client needs, and you're going to tailor your services to fulfill those needs like nobody else. And you have to do that like nobody else out there. You will want to, of course, consider consultation services or workshops, or how to adapt and customize your services to specific clients' needs. That's luxury. That's high ticket. That's where we get the big bucks, right? It's making it very exclusive, very unique. And more unique it is, more you can charge for it. So now you have the emotional connection and you have the amazing visuals, which get a professional to do it. That, right? That's one of those parts where you're going to have to put the money in to make the money. Then number 3, you want to provide services that are customized to your specific target audience to fulfill the needs. And even then, you want to customize even further on a one-on-one case, because that's going to make a lot of money. And here again, I'm telling you how to build a luxury high-ticket brand. You can, in the future, make programs where you have a limited time of like a mini mind, a mastermind, where you have just 10 people and you can charge a small fortune for it. In my experience, in all honesty, I have paid like $8,000, $10,000. It was not worth it. It really wasn't, because the moment you have to adapt your program to a large audience, even if like 10 people is not really large, but you still, it's like one size fits all the people that are in here. Oh, but we are all creative entrepreneurs, but we are all women entrepreneurs, but we are all designers. We are, you hardly even gonna feel 10 designers who can pay you $10,000 on a mastermind. Honestly, like, to be honest, it's very difficult. So even that removes from the value of the thing, because then it again goes back to the experience. My experience was not amazing. I felt I wasted the money. I would have preferred to pay that money on a one-on-one consultation where everything would be tailored to my needs. And that's not to say that you cannot create high ticket, because again, high ticket's kind of like fluctuates, right? It can be $2,000-$3,000 for some people, right? High ticket, $5,000. So on a service, so it fluctuates a bit, and so depending on what it is that you're offering, you can have a small group as long as you don't charge a whole lot. Can you charge a whole lot? You can. Chances are it's going to happen like it happened with me. I'm never going to return to those courses or a coaching program. Chances are the people who work with you will also not return to that specific program, even if it's something that you renew every year, even if it's helpful, because the money is a lot and doesn't really justify. So again, removes from the luxury, exclusiveness, sophistication of a high-ticket luxury brand. Step number 4 is creating an exceptional client experience. Now, client experience is comprehensive. And again, if you go on a one-on-one basis, it's a bit easier because it feels less canned, less copy and paste, right? I understand that also means you're spending a little bit more money and time in it, but that's why you're charging the big bucks for. Again, plan accordingly. It's gonna be 2,000-3,000. It's gonna be 5,000. It's gonna be 10,000-20,000. All those things are gonna ask for different things. But the onboarding, the offboarding, the extra resources that you're gonna offer to the client, right? You have a library of resources. They're exclusive and they are better in quality depending on the service you are providing and how much that client is paying you. What else gonna have? The management of the whole project and the process. You know, you use a nice client management platform. Everything is very organized. You send the contract or the agreement up front, and you have milestones, and you're always up to date on those milestones, and you're always reaching them timely. You're replying to emails timely. There's a whole lot of things in customer experience. It's from when they see your visual branding, which, like I gave you the example of the restaurant, it can be a place. It can, like, branding can work hand in hand with architecture. It's part of marketing and should work hand in hand with your architecture if you have a specific physical place, and if not, the whole process needs to be, like I said, above and beyond. You want to set the bar really high, and you want to overcome the bar that you set, because you need to surpass everything the client expected to create a memorable, fantastic, lasting, memorability of dealing with you, with your brand. That's a customer experience. That's the true brand experience, right? Beginning to end here. This whole thing, like from seeing your brand, from aligning with your purpose, and all these things are buying the client in, are creating emotional connections, and then the customer experience, the attention is divine. The service you provide is just what they needed. You're helping them out. All those things are building a luxury brand. Step number 5 is going to be content marketing and thought leadership. So before we go into that, I want to tell you, how do you do that? Have a great market content. Again, I have free, I think it's free. If it's not free, it's like $3 template for this. It's gonna help you plan a whole year, if you want to, of content, and has, like, you can plan around launch dates, specific services you want to provide, and put everything together in one place, and then you can create daily or weekly from that. It's really nice. It's what I use for myself. Once everything is planned, you want to be out there. You want to be a leader. You really do. And of course, this here is gonna be better for personal brands. But even if it's not a personal brand, even if you are a legit big corporate-ish business owner, people that get really known, even though they have a business, they still kind of run on their own personal brand for the business. They're the face of the brand. Maybe that's you, right? You want to put the thoughts out there. You want to do blog posts. You want to be on social media. Sucks. I'm not a huge fan of social media, but it's part of the online marketing. It's part of the strategy. It's part of running a business today. So put your thoughts out there. Be a leader. Create new points of views. Be aggressive, but make sense above all, and stand out. And lead new ways of doing things, especially those things that you do, that you teach, because that's how you're going to attract and connect with those people that need what you sell. So, number 1, create deep brand identity exploration. Plan, follow it, core mission, values, blah, 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 all those beautiful things. Number 2, exceptional visual branding. And again, don't go to Canva. Canva doesn't have exceptional visual branding. I love it, but it doesn't. It's great for beginners. It's great for the everyday brand that is evolving, developing. It's not great for luxury. That screams professional. I know what I'm doing. I charge a lot because I am amazing, and you will be mind blown. The visuals matter in this case, and these visuals are going to be reflected on your website, your logo, your whole visual identity, and Of course, your social media, everything needs to be telling the same story visually and needs to look amazing. Number 3, create your unique service offerings. You definitely want to have a unique approach to whatever it is that you're teaching, and you want to have customization available for your high ticket clients because they're paying the big bucks. They want individual attention. And I'm telling you this because I've been so disappointed, like I said, and I want you to stand out when you're doing this because there will be a lot of money and time investment, and I don't want you to throw it away. Number 4, exceptional client experience, like exceptional. Plan everything from the moment the client first get in touch with you to the moment they are going away, and the whole thing in between, right? Everything, all brand touch points need to be perfect in there. I have a brand touch point checklist, I believe, in experience.kellybrito.com. If it's not in there, I'm gonna put it in there. It's good. And content, market, and thought leadership. You definitely want to be a leader at what you're doing in a way of setting standards or setting a unique way of seeing and solving specific problems. I hope this has helped. I will edit this video a little bit. I feel it's a bit too long, but I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any doubts, get in touch with me, hello@kellybrito.com. I am on social media everywhere at hello Kelly Brito. Just find me everywhere. These days I'm mostly on TikTok, trying to stick to LinkedIn, but not always successful. Always on Instagram. And I'm looking forward working with you. If you need any branding strategy or any branding visuals, that's my jam. That's what I absolutely love doing, especially if you are a woman, if you're a woman entrepreneur. I'm here to support you. I know how hard it is when you are a woman trying to make it, and you have a family, and you have a house, and you have, the kids to take to school, and you have so much more to do than your significant other. Most of the time, it's unfair. So I'm here to help you out. Reach out. Let's work together. And thanks for listening to the podcast or watching it. I'll be back on the next one. There will probably be a poll on Spotify and on the newsletter to hear from you. What do you want me to talk about next, so I can help you grow your business. And until the next episode, until then, keep branding with purpose. Ciao, ciao.